words. I thought he was a bitter man. He spoke of women's ways. They trap you and they use you before you even know. For love is blind and you're far too kind. Don't ever let it show. I wish that I knew what I know now. But when I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. But when I was stronger, the can such a pretty show to steal your heart away. The backstage back on earth again. The dressing rooms are great. They come on strong and it ain't too long, but I make you feel a man. But love is blind and you soon will find you're just a boy again. When you wanna live, you gotta cheat. Makes you wonder where you are. If you want some more, then she's fast asleep. She's twinkling with the stars. For a young grandson, there's nothing I can say.
Well, welcome everyone to our SOS finale event. My name is Marilyn Flowers. I'm the Senior Director of our Talent Programs here at TechPoint, and it is truly my pleasure to welcome you all today. What better way to close out the month of July than celebrate everything that we've accomplished over the last 5-6 weeks. You truly did it. Students and participants, we are blown away by your grit and dedication and the quality of the work that each and every one of you submitted. Today truly is a celebration of all that has been accomplished this summer. A story of a community making lemonade out of lemons, and we're thrilled that you're here to celebrate. I've got just a few tips here before we really get rolling. I know we're all Zoom pros, but a reminder that today it's going to be best if you're in speaker view so you can maximize the experience. And from an agenda perspective, know that we've got a jam-packed hour expressing some thank yous, announcing winners, which is I know what you're all really waiting for, getting a chance to hear from the 3 teams who are going to have a conversation with the governor about their journey, and a celebration with video and gifts. So without further ado, it is my honor to welcome our President and CEO of TechPoint, Mike Langelier. Mike, take it away.
Hi there, Marilyn. Hello, everybody. You have truly made it, and we are so excited to be at this point today. And we have a special guest with us as well that has carved out this hour to help celebrate with us. I'm very excited that Governor Holcomb, Governor Eric Holcomb, the 51st governor of the state of Indiana, is here with us today. Governor Holcomb, thank you so much for joining.
Great to be with you, Mike, and everyone else.
I want to give you just a quick background on the SOS Challenge here before we launch into the different teams. You and I had a text conversation about this going back a couple months ago, where this was purely an idea, and in the fashion that I love and appreciate about you, you said I'm in. Yeah. And from there we went about building, and it's here, it's real, and we're excited to share results with you. I'll just give you a quick background on kind of where we ended up and how we got here. This was all predicated upon what we witnessed in March and April, May, with internships, tens of thousands of students across the country that saw their internships evaporate as a result of COVID, and companies having to put hiring and internship plans on pause. We set a challenge for ourselves. How could we serve 500 students in this time, and how could we do it in a way that could take what are some of the best parts about an internship experience or a new job experience, which are professional development, which are being able to establish a professional network, demonstrate their skills, the opportunity to make a little bit of money as well. And we said, how can we do that in this unique virtual setting? And so I'll get right to the punchline. We did it. And it's happened over the course of the past now 6 weeks. All of these participants, we put out the call to universities all across the state and even beyond, and said, here's an opportunity for your students. And we ended up with 508 students that we selected to be part of the program. We organized them into teams of 5 to 7, and we aligned them to one of 9 different challenge topic areas, all relevant and impacted to COVID. And you'll see some of those challenge topic areas here in a little bit. So we ended up with roughly 90 teams in total, broken into what we called Go Squads and Pro Squads. Go Squads were the business skilled teams that were developing the go-to-market plans for how they might take their solution to market. And then the Pro Squads that were developing the product prototype that they demonstrated. And we said we want to put some support structure around them as well. And so we asked for volunteers from our own tech community to step up, and we had 229 coaches from 75 companies that stepped up so that we could ultimately put at least 2 coaches alongside every team. We had 3 awesome instructors that stepped up as well to help teach the students the tools needed to help them complete these challenges. And we had 25 subject matter experts who represented essentially the voice of the customer for these different challenge areas. And you'll hear from them here today. So that's a bit of the journey. Every week, a new set of milestones and a new set of programming. And then ultimately last Friday at midnight, they had to submit their 10-minute video of demonstrating both their product and demonstrating their plans to go to market. And then we're very grateful for the subject matter experts, and then also some product experts who served as judges to judge all of their submissions, all 90 submissions, and then ultimately get us where we are today, where we can announce who the winners are in each of the 9 challenge topic categories, plus 1 that we threw in as well, a fan favorite. So in total, over the course of this experience, we'll have put over $275,000 into $500 stipends for all of the participants, as well as $25,000 in prizes for the teams as well. So I'm so grateful that you initially said yes. You know, at the beginning I'm in and gave us some initial wind in our sails, and for the team and all the volunteers, the students that all helped us make something exceptional happen here. So that's where we've come from. I'm curious though, you are in the seat that I see you in almost every week for the past several months, and which is perfect, because I think that there are a lot of people that are wondering, this challenge aside, what's that seat like over the course of the past several months? These past 5 months, you've been governing through a health crisis, an economic crisis, a racial justice crisis. You might be able to list a few that we don't even know about. Yeah. But I'm just curious from your seat, and I'm sure everybody else is as well, what has that been like, and how has your role and day-to-day changed as a result?
Yeah, what did I sign up for, right? Every day is certainly an adventure. I'm reminded by a lot of quotes, one being Oscar Wilde, who said long ago to expect the unexpected is a thoroughly modern intellect. And every day that I wake up, I hope we take an intellectual and an informed view of the world and try to make decisions based on the best information that we have access to. I've toyed with the idea, because we've done so many Zoom type meetings, more than I did more in 3 months than I did in the previous 3 years. And it's just become a way of doing business now. And I've toyed with the idea of moving a bookcase behind me so I can see, because I'm constantly checking out what everybody else is reading, or how much facial hair they've grown, or I I had one guy yesterday tell me late in the day with another professional organization like TechPoint, he said, you know, Governor, this is the first time I've ever talked to a governor without my pants on, which took me obviously by surprise. But you never know in this world what the next day is going to hold. And we've kind of, you know, like so much in life and business success, it's got a lot to do with the team that's surrounding you. It's got a lot to do with your plan. It's got a lot to do with, as was said earlier, the ability to turn lemonade or lemons into lemonade. And that's what we, you know, folks that see our regular press conferences that deal with those three fronts that you talked about, that trifecta. I hope folks have kind of felt like they've gone to Oz and they've seen behind the curtain and they understand there's no wizard back there. It's people just like they are making informed decisions. We just happen to be 27,000 strong state employees that are working for, you know, almost 7 million people. And we touch those 6.7 million lives in different ways, but every day. And for that to occur and us make progress on a day in, day out basis, we've had to realign. We've had to re-engage in some areas. We've had to build up in some areas. We've had to work with 3 levels of government and 3 branches of government in ways like we haven't before, on a scale that we haven't, an intensity like we haven't before. We've had to engage, obviously, in the private sector, every sector of the private sector. Obviously, IT and tech have become increasingly more apparent and important to delivering a better quality of life than we find ourselves in right now. No matter if you're in construction or healthcare or agriculture, ag bioscience. I mean, what's become apparent, you're seeing that, by the way, in the soaring stock prices too. I mean, the whole global market has recognized this, and just in the different kind of aha moments that we've had here at the state and the things that we're changing, increasingly we're becoming more dependent on how tech can help us better deliver the services that we provide. So I would just say, you know, making sure that we're communicating with every stakeholder that's part of getting through this. We always talk about, you know, hashtag in it together and in this together, and that's true. And that's why, I mean, if I had to describe this experience during, I could never have described it if you would have told me this was what was going to unfold. But if I had to describe it in one word, it'd be inspiring, just because like today, we're going to hear from some folks about some projects, about your one idea. They talk about taking a good idea to scale and then getting so much yield or so much return from this approach and this idea. You and I have talked a lot over the years, and I really do think that projects like we're going to hear about today just reinforce Indiana's place, quite frankly, in the world, where IN stands for Indiana, but it also stands for innovation. And for that to occur here, that's something special, and that's something I'm real proud of.
That's awesome. When you look at the horizon and you think about, try to get out over the day-to-day, and you look at priorities, opportunities for the state to be in the future, particularly those that are relevant to tech and the entrepreneur communities that are kind of represented here, what are they? Yeah,
well, they're endless opportunities. And when you look at a state like Indiana with the different sectors, again, life sciences, or it could be limestone, or it could be caskets, or it could be medical devices, or it could be RVs, or it could be autos, or it could be, like I said, ag bioscience. And when you look across that whole horizon or landscape ahead, that the one ingredient that makes for a successful recipe is how you turbo boost it, and how you get it out to more, to not just more consumers, but how you elevate customer satisfaction, so to speak, and make those connections. And so for a state like Indiana, who has all these world-class, not just universities and colleges, but also organizations like TechPoint or Agronovus, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. When you throw all that together and you think about what's important to people's lives today, what's really come into focus, this is an area where we can excel, and we have been very kind of quietly head down, in terms of how you deliver products, safer products, how you increase customer, not just satisfaction, but customer experience. All of these things, how we reevaluate what we're responsible for, meaning it could be something as simple as real estate. So you've got 27,000 state employees, all mostly working remotely. And so when I mention those aha moments and we look out about the transition between what's real estate going to be used for and how it's going to be used, and then what we're making and growing and what ideas can take those ventures and endeavors to the next level. We live in a state where, and you and I have worked on enough kind of legislative fronts together over the years to say, the cool thing about the state of Indiana is we've developed this culture that says, how do we get to that next level? What are the obstacles? What are the barriers? What do we need to remove so that whatever you're passionate about, it could be poetry. How do you deliver what you're writing to more people that can inspire and connect with and potentially change their lives? To RVs? And how do you take a global contribution, like in our RV market, we're north of 80% of the global market in terms of RVs. Well, how do we get to 83 or 84 or 86? And what it comes down to is oftentimes, yes, we got to have the, that workforce. And then what specifically does it come down to? It comes down to kind of a mastery or a command of modernizing the way you do business. That then in turn goes to tech and IT, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to be trying to recruit a whole lot more of the kind of ideas that we're going to hear about today across the board, across that horizon.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that. Thanks for giving us some personal context from your seat. We're going to switch again now. We're going to get right to the heart of the agenda here. And to do so, I'm going to turn it over to two key team members who made this thing possible, Marilyn Flowers and Al Carroll. Marilyn, Al, I'll turn it over to you.
All right, y'all. You ready? So these submissions were great. You did not make the deliberation easy for our judges. From where we started and all the questions that we fielded over the course of the challenge, I'm just so proud of what you all have produced, because it's clear to me that so many of you did your best. So congratulations to all of our winners. You've truly earned it. As a recap, the judges for the SOS Challenge included the challenge subject matter experts and technical code reviewers. The technical code reviewers included many of the same university professors and industry professionals that make up the extern selection committee. Their scores were combined to produce the final score to determine the winner for each category. Category winners announced today will each receive a $2,500 prize to share between the team. Before we begin announcing the winners, we're going to run a quick video to recap the 9 categories. All right, in our first category this afternoon, we're excited to announce the winner of the COVID-19 Outbreak Detection Challenge. The COVID Detection Challenge was framed by Peter Imby, Todd Saxton, Brad Bostick, and Keegan Giles. Here with us today to announce the winner is Keegan Giles.
Hello, everyone. Appreciate you having us on board. Again, I'm Keegan Giles, Talent Acquisition Manager with HC1. After a thorough review of all the projects, I'm excited to announce the winner is Team 7 for their creative work on the GovidU application. We slide up. Cool. Sorry, technical difficulty there. GovidU is a mobile app that monitors COVID-19 hotspots on campuses, requiring symptom check-ins from students and allows for active communication between students and administration. Just generally speaking, from the judges' perspective, we thought this team did a phenomenal job with the research, put together a very strong and ambitious project. We feel that this serves as an important use case, and the project came together with nice execution. Marketing, support planning was excellent, so very well done.
Awesome. Thank you, Keegan, and congrats to our first winner of the afternoon. We're so excited for you and fun to see the chat blowing up with the excitement for you. Next, we're going to share the winner in the restaurants and small businesses category. This category was supported by Stevie Stays, Neil Brown, and Brian Shute. Roger Schumann, our TechPoint staff member that supported this category, is here to share the winner.
I'm excited to announce that the winner of the restaurants and small businesses category is Team 8 for their solution, Insight. Insight is a solution to help small businesses survive and adapt during these unprecedented times by providing resources to help price products and services to mitigate losses. Insight offers restaurants and small businesses a web-based calculator platform to input data on their expenses and revenue to adequately suggest a new price for products and services. In the judging comments, judges remarked that they were impressed by both the practical and empathetic approaches to this model, knowing this is very needed both now and in the future. They really enjoyed the visualization and the level of detail your team provided. Congratulations.
Thanks, Roger. And Team 8, congratulations, what a great project. So up next, we'll hear from the winners of the schools and colleges category. The category was supported by Julie Schrader from Butler University and Scott Best from Purdue Polytechnic High School. Here to announce the winner today is Julie Schrader.
So the winner of schools and colleges category is another Team 8 with Unify. Unify is an organization and time management solution for students' schedules and lectures. Citing a need for students to manage their schedules during online and hybrid learning and for instructors to deliver materials to students, the team sought to unify the experience by collecting assignments and lectures on a single page. The judges were impressed by the team's decision to pair their solution with learning management system Canvas. The judges noted they could see how a software product like this could help significantly with organization and schedules.
Awesome. Congrats, Team 8. We're so happy for you, and thanks, Julie, for being with us this afternoon. Next up, we're going to hear the results of the telehealth category. This category was supported by Dr. Patrick McGill and Dr. John Kunzer. We're glad to have Dr. Patrick McGill join us this afternoon to share the news of the winner.
Thank you. Good afternoon. The winner of telehealth category is also Team 8 for Pain Tracker. In order to improve communication and efficiency, the team created an application called Pain Tracker to assist chronic pain patients in easily reporting their symptoms and conveying that information in a comprehensive overview for clinicians. Among other functions, Pain Tracker enables patients to record their soft symptoms and keep track of their medications. Additionally, the application compiles the patient's data for the trailing 2 weeks into a report, which the patient can send to their doctor. The judges were impressed by this great concept that could easily be marketed today. We believe that this has a huge potential to track daily pain and functional symptoms for chronic pain patients. And additionally, it is a great looking mobile app.
Very good. Thank you, Patrick, and congratulations to Team 8 again. Next up, we'll hear the results from the tourism category. The category was supported by Chris Gall and Elise Schrock. We're glad to have Elise Schrock join us this afternoon to announce the winner.
Thanks, Al. The winner of the tourism category is Team 4 with Indigo. Indigo is intended to incentivize safe tourism and travel in Indianapolis. And this solution makes information accessible to the public via crowdsourced business ratings. Indigo allows users to look into different restaurants, hotels, airlines, tours, and other attractions, and the safety protocols that are implemented to combat COVID-19. The judges were impressed by this Yelp-like system, noting that the solution was most likely to resonate with visitors. The interface was noted as visually great and easy to use, and this team received the only perfect technical score in the category. Well done, guys.
Congrats again, Tourism Team 4, and thanks, Elise, for joining us. We'll now share the results for the Work from Home category. This category was teed up by Marcus Hall, Jessica Early, and our own Al Carroll. So I'm actually going to pass it back to Al to share the exciting results in this category.
Yes, and I'm very excited to share that the winner of the Work from Home category is Team 4 with the solution Adaptive. The team set out to address the specific challenges with remote internships through their application. Through their application, managers are able to assign and delegate tasks to ensure productivity while gaining valuable feedback from the folks they supervise. These assignments and events appear in the user-friendly dashboard that the intern is able to view as a daily checklist specifically tailored to them. The judges believed that this was a creative solution to the challenge that adeptly addressed the concerns the stakeholders identified. They found that it contained the most well-developed user stories, user analysis, problem-solving ability, and flexibility of the application. So well done, Work from Home Team 4. With the first 6 categories announced, we'll move on to next to share the final 3 categories that represent the top 3 submissions selected by our judges. After we announce the winner of each of the following categories, a representative from the team will be invited to speak with Governor Holcomb. We'll now share the results of the community-based nonprofits category. This category was framed by Matthew Belsas and Unai Miguel Andres. Matthew Belsas is here to announce the winner.
Good afternoon, everybody. Excited to be here with you all and celebrating this amazing achievement. The winner for the community-based nonprofits category is Team 10, Red Riding Hood. Red Riding Hood is an app designed to streamline the process of food selection and delivery for food pantries. Customers can select specific baskets of food that the pantry has in stock based on their dietary restrictions, and then select a preferred pickup time. Judges noted that they love the idea because the user flow is so seamless and intuitive. The team just received a perfect technical score and has the distinction of earning the highest combined point total of any team in the entire competition. Congratulations.
Yes, indeed. Congratulations, Team 10. Hannah Kogel is going to join us to share more about their journey. Hannah, can you start by sharing a brief overview of your team's submission?
Hi, yes, Al, I can. So when the challenge began, my teammates Andrew and Sean O'Donovan, Joe Lyon, and I discussed which type of nonprofits could benefit most from a technical solution. And we found that food pantries have had an increase in demand due to the economic effects of the pandemic. And they've had to switch to prepackaged bags of food that volunteers deliver to customers' cars, similar to a drive-through. These prepackaged bags eliminated the option of choice that customers would regularly have at the pantries. So we created an app that allows food pantries to provide options for different types of bags based on their available inventories. For example, gluten-free, halal, non-dairy, etc. With the app, customers can select a food pantry in their area, select their preferred type of bag that the pantry offers, and set a pickup date and time. This will help streamline pantries' operations to satisfy the increased demand while also keeping volunteers and customers safely distanced.
Governor Holcomb, we are eager to hear what comments and questions you have for this team.
Well, it's fantastic. I mean, I don't want to mess with perfection, but I do have just a few questions, and they're probably apply to all the victors, all the winners. But can any of you speak to, I mean, it's such a great subject matter. It's very timely. It's needed. But what what drew you, or what was your passion to compete on this front, or to work to, present a solution to a problem that we clearly know is out there?
Yeah, definitely. I think that just being able to see food pantries are so easily affected by this because it's so hard to social distance anyways. And food pantries, the demand is not going to go away with the pandemic. So we figured that this would be a good way to try to help them in this unique circumstance.
Yeah. Did you, if I can follow up on that, did you go to them first, or did you already have some passion burning? And like, was this already of an interest to you, or did you just read about the need, or did you go to them and they said, look, we got all kinds of issues here, we need help? Or did you go to people who were struggling with their experience at food pantries, or both?
So, yeah, so we did research just looking into it, and one of the major ones that I looked at was Gleaners, because they posted a lot of updated information just with their coronavirus response. And so that's where I got a lot of the information that they were struggling. They've had to start doing the prepackaged bags. They've done the drive-thrus and everything, so.
So I'm being a little greedy here, or narrow-minded about it, but since I have all your attention, I mean, are you thinking about taking this to scale and a startup and beyond Gleaners and taking over the world?
We would love to. That's something that in our last meeting we had talked about, is like if we would want to continue on with this idea, because yeah, I think if we can help people, I think it would be totally worth it.
Right. Yeah. Last question. Were you surprised about how fast you were able to respond to a challenge and then prove the endless opportunities to do good are out there?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. In the beginning, it was kind of daunting because we didn't have a full team of 6, and so we were like, oh no, but we were able to pull it together really quickly, and I'm proud of what we've accomplished.
Yeah. So am I. Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome. Hannah, with that kind of encouragement, I can't wait to see you all take over the world and what you do next. Congrats again to the whole team. So excited for you and excited to share some more results. So next up, we're going to hear from the sports and entertainment category. This category was supported by Allison Barber, Matt Mendra, and Dr. David. And we're so glad to have Allison Barber join us by phone this afternoon to share the winner.
Good morning. Can you hear me? Or afternoon. Can you hear me okay?
Sure can.
Good. Well, what a great day, and we're thrilled to be a part of it with Pacer Sports and Entertainment. I'm thrilled to share that the winner of the sports and entertainment category is Team 2 Whistle. So the main idea behind Whistle was to come to provide fans with an engaging platform to interact with each other, connect with their favorite teams, like the Indiana Fever, and win prizes. Whistle's main goal is to have fans predict the next action that will happen in a live game. Each possible outcome is assigned a point value, and at the end of the game, whoever has the most points will win a prize. Whistle collaborates with professional sports organizations to offer free tickets to a future game once COVID-19 clears the state and stadiums begin opening up again. I'll tell you what, the judges felt that this was a very creative idea with a well-organized presentation. The team demonstrated an in-depth understanding of the audience, the market potential, and the enjoyment users would get from competing during a Fever game. The website is well laid out, given the time frame, and the team had to work and allow the customer to engage with the product rather easily. So super proud of this group. Everybody's presentation was great, but congrats to Whistle.
Awesome. Thank you, Allison, and congrats, Team 2. Chris Brewer is going to join us now to share a little bit more about their journey. So Chris, I'll pass it to you to give us a brief overview of your team's solution.
Thank you so much, Marilette, and thank you, Governor Holcomb, for the opportunity to present today. We're really honored to present our concept that helps aid professional sports through COVID. Our team developed a website that's designed to help engage fans with their favorite professional sports teams when they're not able to attend in person. Our concept is modeled around an Indianapolis Colts game. And as you heard, it allows users to compete against others, to predict the next play and earn points for their correct answers. An example of a question is to predict whether the next play will be a pass, run, or even a touchdown. While our prototype is designed for football, our idea is easily transferable to other sports. Teams can reward the winning participants with prizes, such as team merchandise or tickets for when fans are welcomed back in the stadium, as you heard. Teams gain a closer relationship with their fans by keeping them engaged through the duration of the competition, and also accumulate valuable fan data and contact information. We know that this idea has great potential because Major League Baseball actually rolled out a very similar product just this past week. Our team is extremely grateful to TechPoint and the state of Indiana for providing us this opportunity to gain valuable experience and work together on a fun project. Thank you.
Awesome. Great job, Chris. And Governor, I'm excited to bring you into this conversation and see your reactions. It seems like perfect timing, given that sports is getting back going.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Chris, and to the whole team. This is of interest too, just personally. Understanding that, I've had a couple meetings already today with folks who are hosting large sporting events and or will in the future, and obviously those events pull us all together, and so people are eagerly awaiting when we can start to re-engage and engage in those, as Allison said. My question to you is kind of similar to before, is who, number one, was this a passion of yours? I mean, were you looking at the fan duels out there, or talking to the fans, or talking to the Fever, Colts, Major League Baseball, et cetera? How did the idea come to you? When did you go, we need an app for this, or we need an outlet? Where did that come from?
Yeah, so I've been a sports fan my whole life. I've played fantasy football, fantasy sports for the past couple of years. And personally, I was looking for a way to be able to have a greater experience than just sitting on the couch and watching NFL football on Sundays. And so we thought that this is a great idea you can have the enjoyment of watching your favorite team on TV, but you also get to compete to win for prizes, and you even get some bragging rights with your friends if you can beat them in the game. So we thought it was a great job of covering all those bases.
So how did you all collaborate, like in this new normal that we live in, your team? I mean, was it daily? Was it hourly? Was it on the phone, online, et cetera?
Yeah, so the first week it took a little bit to get used to it, but after we nailed it all down, we had a standard time that we would meet for 15 to 20 minutes every night. Everyone on our team has other things going on, so we met in the evenings and just checked in each day to see what people are working on, what they accomplished that day, and what their goals were for the next day.
And did you carve out like areas of expertise for one another, like marketing, development? Yeah.
Yep.
Interesting. Are you looking to take this to the next level, to market to, you said that Major League Baseball just rolled something out. So do you feel the pressure to get out to get to Allison Barber and say, sign up?
Sure. We hadn't discussed it as a team as of yet, but that would definitely be an option that we'd be open to.
That's fantastic. I would, in addition to basketball, just because I'm such a homer and from Indiana, I think there is a huge opportunity in the sport of racing, auto racing, because it's so built on data, and everything is so precise, and there's so much room as that comes online to compete against one another as well. And that I think this is an area that Mike kind of pointed to, like what are out there on the horizon, where are some opportunities? This is a sport that a lot of people like just because of the sport, but the data hasn't arrived yet to where people are starting to use it to inform their whole experience. So, from one humble fan to another, you might kick that around a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be a great way to expand. Thank you for that idea.
Yeah, because they're looking to, you know what I mean? They're looking to grow their reach too. And if you look at their fan base, it's pretty defined, but there's a huge opportunity in that space. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very good. You've got a big fan there. I know I'd be a fan as well. So moving on, our final category of the afternoon is transportation. The category was framed by Jerome Horn, Joshua Tharp, and Reed Goldsmith. Jerome Horn is here today to announce the winner.
Yes, excited to be here. I'm thrilled to announce that the winner of the transportation category is Team 5, No Queue. No Queue allows users to pre-book and reserve their airport security times online, and it eliminates time spent standing in line at security, easing the process for both passengers and TSA agents. As we were judging this, we were really looking for an app that was visually appealing and very convincing. And this really seemed like a product that could go to market with relatively little tweaking. And this solution addresses crowding, which is definitely a problem that has been heightened during COVID-19. And we see this being useful even after the pandemic for many large venues, transportation systems, and anywhere where there are a lot of people. We think there's a lot of use for this particular type of application to help ease crowding and help people have peace of mind. So once again, congratulations, Team 5. This was really exciting, and look forward to what you guys may do with it.
Thanks, Jerome. And congrats, Team 5. Ashik Devakumar is going to join us to share more about their journey. Ashik, you can start off by sharing a brief overview of your team solution.
Thank you, Jerome and Al. It is indeed a wonderful recognition for the work we put through for the past 5 weeks. First and foremost, I would like to thank and appreciate my team members, Ravi Teja, Dhruvin, Michael, Merwan, and Sumadhuri. Special thanks to our coaches, Andy and Joseph, for constantly guiding us throughout this project. To give you an overview of our project, we noticed that passengers spend most of their time waiting in TSA queues, which would now be a potential hotspot for the spread of COVID. After consulting with a few TSA officials, we realized the pain that these officials are going through in maintaining a social distancing protocol with the passengers. This paved way for us to come up with our solution, No Queue. No Queue is an application where passengers can book their slots to clear the TSA security based on their convenience. This would allow travelers to feel safe and not waste their time standing in queues and spending long wait times. In terms of business revenue, this application would not cost a lot to implement in airports, but could be a potential revenue generator for both airports and airlines. Based on our assumptions, our calculated expansion strategy shows that our application would generate a profit of 2.3 million by the end of 3 years by partnering with 3 airports and 10 airlines. This journey was tough, but without my team and my coaches, this would not have been a success. Lastly, thank you, TechPoint, for providing us an opportunity to learn and best utilize our skills.
Wonderful. Governor Holcomb, what questions or comments do you have for this team?
I got a long list of questions. Ashik, congratulations, and to you and the team. Obviously, you know, we find ourselves here in the crossroads of America, so we pride ourselves on being connected in every which way humanly possible. I'm just curious first. Again, same question to you as others, but where did this idea come from? I mean, is this something that you were already in another life you all working on, and you knew the issue was out there, and all of a sudden here's the opportunity and here's the scenario in which to scale it up?
Thank you for the appreciation, sir. Many of us would have experienced it, you know, standing in long queues and spending long times, and seeing the current scenario. This could actually be a hotspot for the spread of COVID. So we were wondering, we wanted to focus on the mitigation of the population in airport, and we kept reiterating all the possible solutions that we could come up with. It took us a long time, but then later, we settled, and after talking with few TSA officials, we knew that we're on the right track.
Yeah. So who do you go to pitch the product? Are you going to transportation companies? Are you going to manufacturers? Are you going to state and local governments? Who are you going to sell your wares to, so to speak?
So this product could be pitched directly to the airports because it's completely dependent on the structure and on how they, fix all the queue systems. So this is completely goes to the airport.
So it's to them, not to the actual person who's flying.
No.
Right.
So it's partnering with the airport and the airlines, which benefits the person who's flying.
Got it. Have you already started to, did you work with them to get their, did you solicit their input to say, here's our queue, or here's our problem, help us solve it, let's see what you can do?
We just had a few conversations, with different officials, and then we noticed that, all of them have a similar mindset, and this could be, a potential reason for them. And we also, jogged through a few data metrics from 2018, 2019, and saw that, many people are utilizing airports, and, why don't we just, focus on mitigating the population inside the airport, because we never know what, airports can turn out to be. So probably, just make sure people are safe while they're traveling, and they start relying on using the airports.
Have you contemplated, like I said, Crossroads of America, also cross airs, we think of the world. I always talk about, Mike's heard me say this a million times, taking Indiana to the world and bringing the world back to Indiana. We got this #1 ranked international airport for the last 7 years right here in your backyard. But have you thought about, the whole, just thinking about congestion and how that adversely impacts efficiency and safety? Have you thought about congestion in other areas? I mentioned car companies just as an example, but airline, you could be addressing some other areas of congestion as well as air person travel. Could be packages, could be auto, trucking, as they're also modernizing their efforts too.
Right. Actually, one of our future scopes was implementing this to the business inside the airport. If the TSA starts following this queue system, this could eventually be utilized in the other businesses inside the airports. So not only the TSA, but entire airport gets benefited out of this.
Are you looking at launching this thing as a startup business?
We actually, prepare and develop thinking this as a startup. We have ideas, probably in the near future.
Congrats. That's awesome. I think you'll find that a lot of other people, I think the eyebrow will go up when you solve this, in working with TSA and working with airports. I think other people are going to say congestion is a bigger topic than just any one area. And so being able to successfully scale this up there in that environment, the sky's the limit for you in more ways than one.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. Congrats.
That's exciting. Ashik, you've got to hurry back to your chat because it looks like there's a business partnership blooming in the chat. So you and your team keep running with this. Well, congratulations truly to all 3 of the outstanding teams. And Governor, thank you so much for your remarks. I have the pleasure of announcing one final winning team, the winner of the Fan Favorite Award. So as a reminder, all teams were invited to solicit votes on their project through the DevPost platform. We were so impressed, honestly, with the creative ways that teams shared the word about their work and solicited support from vast networks of family and friends. It was truly a very close race. But our friends at DevPost verified the votes, and ultimately, Team 8 of the COVID detection category with the solution COVID Hero received the most fan votes. COVID Hero is an all-in-one app that keeps users up to date on the spread of COVID-19 while simultaneously encouraging them to make more well-informed decisions. So congrats to this entire team on taking home the fan favorite. I'm now going to pass it back over to Mike to close us out.
All right, let's bring it home. Thank you again, Governor Holcomb, and congratulations to all the winners. Governor, one last question for you, or opportunity for comments. You've gotten a glimpse at the winning teams and the S.O.S. Challenge. It's about 750 people, 500 students, and almost 250 coaches, subject matter experts, instructors, and staff who banded together to make it happen. Most of them online with us now. Any parting thoughts or words?
Yeah, I think you've just, once again, inspired me. I say I get inspired every day, but this is just proof that any challenge, no matter how small or big, comes with an equally immense opportunity. And every one of these projects that have come to the forefront now have been in response to a challenge that's out there. And I'm just proud it's happening here in the state of Indiana. I'm going to download COVID Hero. I'm going to download that app. I'm going to be sharing that with our Department of Health and saying, you know, this is all good news. And I hope no one leaves this call understanding just how good news sells, especially in a time like this. And the Hoosier psyche, the American psyche, this is global. We're all in need of good news. And while people are kind of living on the edge, or they're living with a lot of anxiety, these type of projects ease that and give real comfort to people. So no pressure, but you're literally improving the quality of lives by huddling up and saying, what can we do about this? And it's just proof positive. And I'm proud to have heard your projects, and I'm equally looking forward to see where they end up over the horizon.
That's perfect. And also your questions are a perfect segue to one resource that we want to spotlight for the teams. We reached out to our friends at Elevate Ventures, Governor, who you know well, yep, and said, hey, there are some really good ideas in here. Some of them that were chosen as winners, and some really good ones that just happened to get beat out, but were very, very strong contenders as well and could very well have business potential. Are there any programs that we could plug them into if they have aspirations of taking their idea, their prospective business to the next level? And it just so happens that there are, and they're coming right up soon. So I want to ask my friend Landon Young from Elevate to hop on here. Landon, can you wave and say hi? And why don't you tell us what would you suggest for any students who or teams that do want to take their idea to the next level? What should they do now?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike. As Governor Holcomb said, some of you are going to want to take this to the next level. And as a result of our partnership with TechPoint, I am happy to say that everyone who graduated has automatic entrance into our new Origins EDU program. This is an 8-week pre-accelerator program, and you get coached, and at the end, you get a chance to pitch to Elevate Ventures. Graduates of that program, over 100 now, have raised over $400,000 from our pitch competitions. And so I would encourage all of you to consider, once you're done with this program, to apply to our pitch competition. I think there's some fantastic ideas that could do well. You can find out more at elevatenexus.com or email me at lyoung@elevateventures.com. Thank you.
That's awesome, Landon. And we will we'll share via email, team, more details so that you can get this contact information. We hope you take them up on the offer. We hope to look back years from now and say that team started here today. That would be really cool. Okay, final recognition for some people who really made this possible. Our university members and partners that helped us get the word out about this in a very short amount of time. The coaches who stepped up and we don't even know how many hours into helping us support these teams. We know that you're all busy, but you made some significant impacts on people's lives. the subject matter experts who've served as voice of customer and helped to take these challenges that are happening out in the world and to make them tangible, and then to judge who the strongest contenders were. Our instructors, Jonathan Hewer, Kyle Shipley, Lou Lindsay, you're on with us today. You said yes when this was just an idea as well, and you helped to make those Monday sessions, you helped to make them tangible with some real instructional material that helped these teams make it all the way through these 5 weeks. So thank you. The Lilly Endowment, who, when we called and said, hey, we're willing to take some grant dollars and repurpose them for this, if you're willing to say yes, thank you for always saying yes. And then the entire TechPoint team, you guys are awesome. The amount that you do, the impact you have for our tech community, the impact's tremendous. So in a busy time already, you said yes to this and we made it happen. So thank you to all of you. We ask all of you participants to, in one word, tell us what you thought about this experience. We put it into a word cloud so you can actually see this here. We wanted to end on a final high note, so we'll show you a video here shortly. Over the last several days, all of you, students, coaches, and supporters, should have received a package in the mail from our team. It is specifically said to wait until now, so we hope that you've held on to it. Go ahead and pull that out now, and let's open it up, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, we hope you enjoy this bit of swag, and we'll count on you to be ambassadors for the important Indie Tech mission that we'll share. So with all of you that are opening up, show on your cameras so we can all see. And with this, I'm going to tee up our closing video.
Hi, my name is Haley and I'm with Studio Science here in Indianapolis. I had the pleasure of coaching the telehealth team 2. I'm incredibly proud of the work that they've done to put together a product that helps support college students who are going through mental health challenges at this time. I believe it's incredibly critical work for the college mental health crisis that we're experiencing right now. Studio Science's work with TechPoint has been fantastic. We see this opportunity as a way to fuel our talent pipeline with a diverse group of people. So thank you to Aaron, Brittany, Daniel, Jeff, Serena, and Ethan for making my summer incredibly rewarding. You're all incredibly smart and resilient, and I wish you the best of luck.
Hey everybody, John Caulfield with Purdue Fort Wayne. I want to give a huge shout out to my teammates because this was an amazing experience with them, as well as a shout out from our team to our coaches from Dew Point, Kelly, Eric, and Chris. We learned a ton from you all. We learned amazing things every week as part of our TechPoint weekly meetings. We learned so much from each other. Learning. That was the whole 5 weeks.
The main thing I took away from this case challenge is communication. You need to be effective and concise and clear with everything you're sending. Not only that, but you need to make sure that you're actually on top of every form of communication your team used. This is so important since we're in a pandemic and everything is being moved remote. This is an important skill for us to keep in the future when we go into these workforces. Lastly, I'd like to say thank you to my coaches. They were incredibly supportive throughout the whole process and really made everything easy for us.
Hello, my name is Sean Wolf and I was a part of Tourism Team 1. The biggest thing I learned from this whole experience would be confidence. I always doubted my skill set and didn't see myself as a hard worker, but after working with an amazing team and developing a lot of the code that we use in our final product, I've realized that I can and should take pride in the work that I make. And a lot of that probably wouldn't have been possible without the amazing team I have that I now see as friends. In the future, I'll definitely keep this in mind as I graduate and I apply for jobs in December.
Hey guys, my name is Rachel Bellamy and I'm a Master's of Public Affairs student at Indiana University. Thanks to the TechPoint S.O.S challenge, I managed my first tech-exclusive project, which also built upon my pre-existing project management skills. I'd like to give a shout-out thank you to my awesome team, the Diabetics, in addition to my amazing coaches, Bill, James, and Chris, and all my fellow TechPointers out there. Cheers and congratulations, guys. We made it. Thanks so much.
Hi, I'm Sam Vondre, and through this project, I got to learn a lot about web development and explore new technologies. I also learned a lot about marketing because I've never been so vocal about one of my projects in the past. I want to thank Phil and Louie from the Pro team, Julie and Arvin from the Go team, Adam and Kate, our coaches from T2 Systems, and Joe Barron from the TechPoint staff. All these people helped form our project, which I was proud to present to my friends and family.
Hi, my name is Julie Schrader, and I work at Butler University in the Office of Career and Professional Success. I had submitted a project for students to review about how to make a hybrid or online class more effective. And when I saw the reviews for the different thoughts and processes around education in schools, I was just amazed by the work that these students have done. And I can really see that this impact that they'll have and these ideas that teachers and administrators could really use will be just extremely beneficial and positive. I am so amazed by the students' work in this very short time period. I hope they continue to engage in other ways to be helpful to the community and coming together and collaborating on additional ideas to support the work that our Indianapolis community does. And I'm just so thankful to the TechPoint team making things so organized, and also to all of these students who participated and all of the TechPoint staff that supported those teams. Thank you so much for making this a really great experience, not only for our students looking for some experience and a way to make a difference, but also for those of us that were involved as judges and even just submitting some ideas and looking for some possible solutions. Thanks again.
Hi, this is Brittany Lawrence. I work with CAR Global, and I am so impressed with Tourism Team 5 and how quickly they were able to mobilize around a mission in 5 weeks. That's crazy fast. It really reinforced for me how important it is for us to be pursuing and engaging the talent, emerging talent in the tech community in Indianapolis. I want to say thanks to the students for letting me learn from them as much as they learned from me.
Hi, I'm Jason Ortiz, Senior Product Engineer at Pondurance, and I had the pleasure of coaching one of the S.O.S challenge teams for this summer, focusing on telehealth. I was incredibly impressed with what the students were able to accomplish this summer, building a prototype app to connect college students with healthcare providers so that they could get advice and information related to treating anxiety and depression in a post-COVID world. I'm incredibly grateful to all of the students and the TechPoint team for making this challenge a possibility, and I sincerely hope that we can all participate in a future challenge.
Hey there, I'm Matt Ray, Engineering Manager at One Cause. Our team had the pleasure to work with Morning Light right here in Central Indiana. They took our guidance, made the needed connection, and delivered substantial value at Morning Light. This is a great reminder that junior talent is capable of going beyond the barriers that we might place to prevent overwhelming them, and can then grow that much more rapidly. I'd like to thank Madison at Morning Light for providing a rewarding opportunity for this team, and thanks to Carrie Wozniak for the introduction and strong leadership as my coaching partner. I hope these teams take this experience as a launching point that will continue to raise the intellectual capital Indiana has to offer.
From all of us at the TechPoint team, we want to thank the SMEs, instructors, community coaches, and students who took the 2020 S.O.S Challenge head on.
This experience is a shining example of the way that our powerful Indie Tech community comes together
to solve, build, and create even in the most challenging times.
We hope that all of you walk away reflecting on the impact you've made by participating or supporting this initiative that has come to life in the matter of only 5 weeks, 35 days, and 50,400 minutes.
We have seen students develop week over week and hope this experience supports the fact that everyone truly can have a place in tech.
This is a time which we will look back on proudly.
And you should be proud to have been a part of it. Thank you.
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 And with that, I will declare the end of the SOS Challenge. Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for all of your contributions and time and participation. Thank you, Governor Holcomb, for joining us. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity.